Does you guys know who Blackrock is?
Yes. Are we gonna talk about that motherfucker calling entitled a millennial?
Yes.
I'm sorry, just burnt it out.
It's okay.
All right.
Take it away,
What's
Joe.
Blackrock again?
Take it away, Joe.
Blackrock is a is it an investment firm? Basically, it's like a conglomerate.
Blackstone, right? Because there's Blackstone too.
Yeah, they're different than Blackstone.
They're not the same?
There's also
Well,
Blacksmith.
they're different, right? But they're different companies, but they're all associated.
Because I know that Blackrock was buying up a ton of fucking real estate. And you know, like even in like Vegas and like California, so like they're the guys also that's coming in and buying out homes cash over asking. So like this thing has been going around, right? And then when I looked into it, I'm like, who's all these rich people coming in? Like,
Is it for like development? Like they're just like buying and gentrifying areas, so they just want like all the real estate, or like is it some shit that
They want to fuck us over.
I don't know what the details of their strategy is, but they're buying up a lot of fucking land and a lot of fucking real estate.
A lot of real estate.
A lot. And I think it has something to do with the low interest rates and the knowing that the fiat is going down in value, that they're just trying to hedge it. Like everyone else is trying to do. I mean, like fucking Bill Gates, he's the #1 private owner of like farm real estate right now. So
Even like Zillow and like Redfin was doing that.
Yeah.
They'll just come out and straight up offer you.
they got in trouble for
and
that,
they'll
right?
just buy it and then they'll just own massive amounts of land.
But I found out also that BlackRock was giving basically for each home they're offering an extra $100K on top, cash. So then like it just beat out everybody out of the market. So like let's say like young families in LA, right? Average home here is still $700K. Well, now it's probably like 8 or 9. But this was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, average home here is $700K, right? So imagine like just like I mean like you Nick, like you and Tiff, like you're married, like maybe starting a family soon or whatever. Like how possible is it for anyone to fucking own a home here, even with decent jobs? Yeah. So it's
even if you got
crazy.
the $700,000 house, now you have to pay property taxes. You have to pay increasing gas prices.
Yeah.
Like there's so much cost.
We know so many people that have been looking for a home to buy in this past like 2-year span, and same issues keep happening. Somebody comes in, is giving an offer $100,000 way over, and then they lose it every single time.
And then same thing happening in Honolulu, San Francisco, San Jose, like all the major cities, right? So what I found out is there's a couple of things, right? So there's already a lot of rich people in LA. California is like the 5th biggest economy worldwide, like just right behind like China, Japan, Germany. Like it's like a nation, just California alone.
It was its own country.
So like locals are trying to compete against foreign investors, rich people already in California who wants to like, I have all this extra money, now I gotta buy real estate because my dollar, if I leave it in the bank account, is gonna go down. Fucking companies like, BlackRock and other investment groups. Not only that, contract groups. So like, let's say all of us, we're just small time contractors, we build homes together. What a perfect time, like right now, when the interest rate is low, let's just go buy up some homes. You put in $100,000 each, we buy it cash, and then we fix it up, and then we flip it, and we keep doing this over and over.
And loans are so cheap right now.
Right?
Why wouldn't you do it?
And then you have old LA families that's just been around, and like the longer you're here, typically the more wealth you have, right? Because you've been here for so long. It's like great grandpa bought a house, and then grandpa bought a house, and then dad bought a house. So now you have 3 homes in your family, and then like you can buy another one. So I think like all of that shit combined to like being able to like it's just difficult for people like us to just get money, and people like us, it's not even like we actually have a little bit more money than the average population, but it's still fucking crazy.
Well, especially because the interest rates are so low right now, it's kind of a rush towards the exit because they've already announced they're going to raise it every quarter, like a 0.25%.
Like 6 times this year or something.
Yeah. So
They just raised it up by half.
Yeah, so you've been saving for a house, and maybe this was your time. Oh my God! Now everyone's running towards the door trying to get their fucking loan approved, so they can buy their house before this thing spikes.
Yeah, if Annie doesn't move to Vegas and buy this year, it's not gonna happen ever.
So what's fucked up is this son of a bitch clock's ticking.
Yeah, this is BlackRock's president, right? His name's Rob Capito. He says that inflation's having dramatic effects on the economy, with an entire generation now learning what it means to suffer from shortages. He says, for the first time, this generation is going to go to the store, not be able to get what they want. And we have a very entitled generation that has never had to sacrifice.
What a fucking load of shit, huh? He's out here, this is what I don't understand. He's out here fucking buying up all the goddamn houses and then outpricing everybody and saying, well, you're entitled.
They are the world's largest asset manager with about 10 trillion in client assets and investments. He's putting his finger on the garden hose and he's going, yeah, everybody, you can't, and not everybody gets to drink. We have limited resources.
What a cool guy, huh?
So out of touch. And also what I don't get too is, so gas prices, right? The price of a barrel for oil right now is actually cheaper than it was like 7 years ago or something. So it doesn't, I saw a chart of it and people were like, why is this happening? Where like, let's say 7 years ago, the price of barrel, I'm just gonna throw this number out there. It's not the actual number, but just for example, $10, right? So if it's $10 and then the gas prices are actually cheaper back then, why is the gas barrel like $8, but it's more expensive now? So it's like the wholesale price of gas is cheaper, but we're charging higher. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Is that inflation? Is that just because they want to charge more, they're gonna do it? I don't know.
Probably that one. It's like the second that the oil barrels cost more, suddenly it's like you have to make everybody, the natural consumer, pay more. And then the second you realize that, wait a minute, consumers can pay this much, even though the oil prices go down, you're kind of like, well, they can pay this much.
But it's a cartel. It's a controlled supply. It's a fixed supply by the Saudis, right? So and we all know it. It's like OPEC is controlling the supply, so they get to really determine how much is released and how much they constrict. So that's directly correlated. It's them.
No, but what he's saying is even though the oil barrels are going down in price,
Yeah.
and that's what we're paying for them, the gas stations down the corner is still charging.
Retail is higher than wholesale.
Yeah, but that's why it's the same price, right? So it's like the same price as like you were saying a couple years ago and all that stuff. But then by the time that they get to factor in all the war stuff, by the time they're shipping oil over here, well, plus, dude, what's going on with the petrodollar is crazy right now. Like basically, Saudi Arabia and Russia are pressuring all these countries to say, hey, we're not going to take U.S. dollars anymore for oil. You're going to have to pay us in rubles.
Wow.
And so, and that's happening right now. Russia just did that to Germany. They're like, hey, you want oil? Guess what? You pay us in rubles now.
Whoa.
And so then now Germany's like, okay, well, we were using U.S. dollars before, so now it's like, okay, well, we're not going to use the dollar. We're going to have to buy more rubles, which is strengthening Russia's economy.
Same is going with India and Russia too, because India wants to keep their business open with Russia, so they have to like go around the sanctions, which is really just going to perpetuate the U.S. dollar value.
China and Russia just did this like last week. They say the New World Order. Why do people keep saying that? New World Order. Come on.
Biden's saying it. Biden's saying New World
It's
Order.
different New World Order. Like I'm pretty sure China and Russia is talking about something else different from fucking Biden.
We're talking about old New World Order.
I know, right?
You know what I mean?
Plus, the state of California, they tax the fuck out of the pump, right? So maybe in Vegas,
It's like $1 less.
yeah, it's $1 less because they're charging the tax. So
You know what's crazy? So Hawaii, which is a fucking island in the middle of the ocean, has cheaper gas than LA. How the fuck is that possible?
Direct from Russia.
You get the volcano gas?
Well, did you guys ever know people with gas stations?
Mike Song's dad. Yeah.
So there's a lot of money that goes into the maintenance, and it's like you're required to do these weird maintenance things and pay these other companies to come in and do these inspections.
So that's the racket.
And then if those go up, then so does the gas price.
And I heard they only make like a cent to 10 cents
Barely make any. That's
per
why some
gallon.
gas stations will have a mechanic shop, or they'll have like
They have to have those.
They have to, yeah.
So it's the gift shops.
It's
I
like
mean,
the gas is what gets you in there, and if you buy it's like a movie theater type of thing, like you can see a
burrito.
movie, get the food, yeah.
That was actually exactly something that happened at my son's dad's gas station. I remember when Mike was helping his dad to add all the fucking convenience stuff, like the sodas, the drinks, the snacks, pretty much the concessions. Yeah, and then that was what ends up changing the business model.
Wow. It's pretty crazy though. But it blows my mind that he would be so out of touch, just thinking that millennials and Gen Z are so entitled.
I don't think he's out of touch. I think he's perfectly in touch. You know what I mean? Like, he's talking about scarcity inflation, but then he's purchasing all the real estate, creating scarcity inflation. I think he's fucking fully in touch, but I think that's just the difference.
Is that also, I guess, like the purest definition of like free market capitalism, where it's like you versus me? And yes, you're entitled, so I'm gonna rush forward. It's up to you if you're gonna earn money to buy that house. If not, I'm gonna crush your ass.
A little bit.
This is the game that we're playing.
Yeah, a little bit, right?
Yeah. But it's almost like talking shit to the person who can't afford normal goods and services.
He's punching down.
By saying, by saying like,
It's not new either.
Yeah.
Like, this is what they always do. Remember when they blamed all the poor people for Freddie Mae and Freddie Mac? And they're like, all these stupid fucks got loans they couldn't afford. Well, no shit, you stupid idiots. You can't pay your bills. Hey, guess what? You got to pay your bills, okay, poor people? That's what they, remember that?
basically.
And they were doing predatory loans and they're
Defaulting.
Yeah, making money off of every sign up, and they don't give a fuck if they can pay for the loan or not. They're just approving ridiculous high risk loans, and then they're going, well, you're supposed to pay it, you fucking dumbass.
I like that voice.
That's the model with anything where someone's getting a commish for the dotted line. Any business where that's what you get, that dude is gonna move paper as fast. I did that shit when I was selling fucking cell phones in 2001. These people couldn't afford it, their credit, I would pull it up and go, well, hey, just sign here, man. Hurry.
That was like the fucking
Before it beeps, man.
Wells Fargo scams, right? They had
Yeah.
to just sign dead people up for credit cards and stuff.
Dude.
You see it happen all the time in every business.
Yeah.
It's like an encouraged behavior, which is fucking crazy.
Goes down to the bottom line.
Yeah, and then at the top of it, like it's like the quote that he said is it's just inciting like blame all directions, and that's how you get people to like. There's still people out here really believing that gas station owners are fucking filthy rich just because it's $6 now. You really think these people are rich? They're not fucking rich, man.
So what Joe was
They're
saying
wealthy.
Yeah. Look at Mike's
earlier,
song.
The record high for oil was $140 per barrel in June 2008. But gas prices have gone way past where they were in 2008.
I like 2008 prices.
Right?
Remember we were complaining about that?
University of Southern California professor believes that it's because the taxes are higher than they were back in 2008. So that the price of fuel you see at retail, it's not just the price of oil, which is the foundation, but also includes all the additional taxes.
Oh.
So that's what's racking
I've seen
up.
fucking $7 gas stations.
Dude,
It's crazy,
like
dude.
$7.95.
I'm like,
So
what?
the actual cost of oil is the same from 2008, right?
Cheaper.
It's cheaper.
It's actually cheaper than then.
It's 100 or 100.
So it was 140 per barrel in 2008. Now it's like right now it's like 98.
So the thing is taxes, the red tape, all these extra like bureaucratic things,
And wealthy gas stations.
and wealth.
Very wealthy gas station owners.
Greedy gas station owners.